The Arizona Balloon Classic kicks off this morning in Chandler. KTAR's Colin Smith joins us live near Wild Horse Pass. Colin.
Good morning, Ned, Connie. I'm standing in the basket of this Spirit balloon. It was the first on site here on the Gila River Indian community. Joined this morning by pilot Scott Nickel. Scott, tell me a little bit about this aircraft.
This is a 90,000 cubic foot balloon. It's about 70 feet tall. It's about 65 feet in diameter, and it'll carry 2 to 3 passengers and a pilot. Once you're in the air, you're at the mercy of the wind. We steer a balloon by going to different altitudes and finding different wind currents. We have 100% altitude control up and down, but I can only steer by what the wind dictates. A lot of people think balloons are not very controllable, but they are. They're pretty precise. I can pick out a landing site and usually fly to it.
Scott, how long have you been doing this?
About 20 years now.
Never gets old.
No. I do a lot of adventure flying, and I've done so many cool, interesting flights. It's hard to pick out one. I did a 103-mile flight from Queen Creek to Sasabe on the Arizona-Mexico border one time, and that might stand out as one of my most unique accomplishments.
Now, you're from Mesa. November, really a great time to fly in Arizona, is it not?
It is. This is we're just getting into our prime season here in the Phoenix area, and November is just one of the best months. Not too cold out. It's very comfortable right now, but it's nice and cool for the balloons, so perfect.
Scott, thank you so much. Ned, Connie, almost all the balloons are now in the air for this morning's Hare and Hound race, and that's just the beginning of this event that runs through Sunday. You can find more information, including tickets, at KTAR.com. Ned, Connie, back to you.
All right, thanks, Colin. Catch a glimpse of your next car this weekend. You're listening to Arizona's Morning News.
We all know the story of the three kings' gifts to the baby Jesus.
If we don't know much about frankincense and myrrh, fragrances derived from mysterious Middle Eastern plants. KTAR's Colin Smith has the story of a world-renowned Tempe garden where you can find 2 gifts of the Magi.
This 2-bedroom home fits in nicely with the rest of this neighborhood, but step into the backyard and you step into the Eastern Hemisphere.
This is from Yemen. This one is from Ethiopia. That one over there is from Somalia.
Here, like a hidden secret, Jason Islamia has compiled the world's only collection of all 19 species of the Boswellia plant, only grown in the Middle East and India and used to make frankincense.
It's kind of ugly.
Exactly. This is not about collecting pretty plant to put in somebody's living room or hotel lobby. It is a plant that has spiritual value.
Made from the gum resin of the plant, frankincense has been powerful incense for millennia. But in Eastern medicine, it's also used to treat arthritis and heal wounds.
When I came to this country, frankincense was famous because of the Bible. Where I'm coming from, it was frankincense that made the 3 wise men famous, because it was already famous.
And speaking of wise men, look what else we found here.
This is coming from a mirror.
The second gift of the Magi. So you've got 2 of the 3. Where's the gold?
Well, I never cared about gold. I never cared about money. That's probably one of the 3 that I'll leave it up to the 1%.
And while he hasn't taken a salary since starting the garden, in the past year he's sold more than 100,000 Boswellia seeds, mainly to Christians who want to make their manger scene a bit more authentic.
They absolutely adore the plant for its history and its relationship to Christianity.
And here in this dusty, unsuspecting backyard grows a perfectly preserved collection like no other.
I think so. I really do. Yeah, I think it's pretty special.
In Tempe, Colin Smith, 92.3 KTAR.
How interesting is that?
In
A
Tempe.
backyard in Tempe.
I know.
Wow. I mean,
love that story.
Yeah. You know, how many people have driven by and had no idea?
Yeah, or really didn't even know. I mean, we've heard gold, frankincense, and myrrh our entire lives, right? Who really knew where they came from, how they were grown?
Yeah, you know what I thought? I mean, I never bothered to look it up, but I thought it was some, an old word for something that we all know.
Common,
yeah, not at all.
Interesting. All right, now you're listening to Arizona's Morning News, 92.3 News Time, 5:10.
In a year of high gas prices, a Mesa mechanic offers a one-of-a-kind service to help ease the pain at the pump.
So you can fuel it from out here.
Dave Robertson's Veggie Garage is full of Volkswagen vans, pickups, and delivery trucks, all in his shop for a special procedure.
What I do and specialize in is convert diesels to run on vegetable oil. This is the heated filter.
In the trunk of this Jetta, there's no spare tire, no golf clubs. Instead, a stainless steel tank that holds waste vegetable oil. Where do they get it? Robertson says many of his clients have deals with restaurants. When the frying's done, they'll gladly pick up the waste oil. With a price tag between $2,000 and $5,000, Robertson says it's not for everybody. Most of his clients spend a lot of time behind the wheel.
So this person came in and said what?
Make my truck run on vegetable oil. I want to save $1,000 a month. This is a delivery truck. It runs 8 hours a day all over the valley.
At that rate, Robertson estimates they'll make back their investment in 6 months. He knows from personal experience.
Weekend before last, I went on a 400-mile trip. I burned 1.8 gallons of diesel, 40 gallons of vegetable oil, towing a 25-foot travel trailer that weighs 6,000 pounds.
He took us for a ride in his 95 Dodge Veggie Ram. Halfway around the block, Robertson toggled the Veg On switch on the truck's dashboard.
I just pushed a button, and we're running on vegetable oil. As you can see, you didn't feel anything, you didn't hear anything.
But he did promise one difference.
I'll pull over, you can smell the exhaust, and you're going to smell French fries.
And sure enough,
It smells like vegetable oil.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like diesel. It's not a noxious fume. It's not carcinogenic.
Great for the environment.
Yes, and great for your wallet.
in Mesa, Colin Smith, News Talk 92.3, KTAR.
And a Utah.
Maybe bad for your waistline, though, if
Yeah,
you're smelling
exactly.
French fries all the time.
Don't
I got to
drink
go
the
through
fuel.
the drive-through, yeah.
92.3 News Time, 8:57 every day on Arizona's Morning News. We spotlight a story about the election and behind the ballot.
Today, Texas Governor Rick Perry may be out of the race, but Dick Perry isn't.
Oregon's got pine trees. We got cactus.
Meet Alan Richard Perry.
I'm a musician from Tucson, and people have always said, Al, you're the unofficial mayor of Tucson.
An Arizona native, he graduated from Washington High School before packing up his guitar and heading to the old Pueblo.
I've been doing it for 30 years, in clubs in Tucson. It's the one thing in life that I really love to do.
And after people year after year asked him to run for something, he saw how easy it is to get on Arizona's presidential primary ballot and thought, why not me?
My middle name is Richard, and actually managed to capture a couple people's imagination and get me a little push.
Hoping his simple ideas and straight shooting style will have an impact.
Obviously, you're not going to see my name right next to Barack Obama's in November, but I'm going to try to do something.
And while other candidates will spend millions in the next month, he's hitting the campaign trail with guitar in hand. Colin Smith, 92.3 KTAR.
Now, Al's going to be playing Carly's Bistro.
No,
and-
campaigning at Carly's Bistro.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Campaigning at Carly's Bistro on Central and Roosevelt Friday night. You can find out more about him at his platform on our website, ktar.com.
President Obama's impromptu karaoke last month turned out to be the first few notes of the soundtrack to his re-election bid. Themes of patience and perseverance, much different from 4 years ago. When then Senator Obama promised change.
Have you read the bill? Have you read the reconciliation bill?
But now, in the middle of a slow economic recovery and a fierce partisan battle with congressional Republicans, the tone and tunes are sharply different.
Yeah, this is my town.
Redemption and resiliency,
We take care of our own.
community and doing the right thing. And Tempe singer Dierks Bentley's Home, also Arizona's centennial anthem. 28 songs in all, stretching a wide variety of artists and genres with a common theme of redemption and determination. More fitting for a re-election run than a campaign for a first term. Colin Smith, 92.3 KTAR.